All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our call this week. It is Wednesday, October, what is today, the 18th, 19th? 19th. So we are almost at the end of another month, which is crazy. But thank you guys for jumping on. And we have a new face today. Alyssa, I'm not going to totally call you out. I just want to say hi, and I'm so happy you joined us. These calls, we do them once a week, and they're just kind of fun little meetings where we talk to each other and, put our heads together for certain things, or I'll ramble on about certain things. So it's just kind of fun. So I'm so glad that you joined us. Welcome. So today, what I wanted to talk to you guys about, kind of a few different things. Number one is I feel like, and this could totally be just me, so I'm not like saying anyone else is doing this, but just in case anyone is, I really want to talk about how important it is to be confident in the products that we have to offer, because they work, obviously. I mean, we all know that, but I think that is a huge part in really growing your business if that's what you want to do. What I mean by that is, for instance, and the reason why this is even coming to my mind is me and Becky Parker partnered up a couple of weeks ago now and decided to be success partners. And if you don't have one yet, I recommend that you get one. I've kind of like randomly had ones here and there, but haven't really actually done with it what you're supposed to yet. So I'm excited to start doing that. But anyways, side note. So we started a challenge group together, and it started this past Monday. We had a week before as a prep week, and I asked her if she requires people to be drinking Shakeology every day and be doing a Beachbody workout program for her challenge groups. And she said, absolutely. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I struggled with that a little bit. And I don't know if that's just me. And it's not that I don't believe in the products, but that right there, the way I reacted to when she said that, shows me that apparently I'm not confident enough to really share these programs with people in the way that they should be shared. And I think part of that is, first off, I have yet to commit 100% to a program, which I'm admitting to you guys, and it's terrible, but I have yet to do that. I've done the workouts. Like, I'm totally great with the workouts. I love the workouts, but the nutrition plans I struggle with. So I haven't, from start to finish of a program, totally completed it. So that's like the number one thing I say everyone needs to do. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I think the reason is a couple of things. I think I fear that I'm not going to be able to get them results with my challenge groups. These are all like just thoughts that I have in my head. They're probably irrational, but I'm just kind of like talking this through you guys just in case anyone else is on the same page. I don't know if it's because I'm afraid they'll invest in it and then they won't like it, or I'm afraid that my challenge groups won't get them results, or I don't even know, to be quite honest. But what I wanted to tell you guys was how important it is to believe in these products to the point where you can so confidently talk about them to other people that they want to jump right in with you. Like when Becky said to me, absolutely, and she was like, I tell people like these programs, like they work, they've worked so well for her Shakeology, like that's like her lifeline. She's like, I drink that every single day. I am not missing a day, and neither should they. Like the way that she just responded to that was like, wow, if I wasn't a coach already and she talked to me, I'd be like, okay, You know what I mean? Like, it so matters in the way you present things to people and how confident you are in what we have to offer. And all of us know that the Shakeology, the shakes are phenomenal. Like, there's no question that we don't understand that. Like, the ingredients in these shakes is amazing. The results we've seen people get is amazing. People come off medications. Like, these shakes are incredible, and there's no denying that. And then these programs, like, we've been doing the programs, we're seeing great results from them, we're loving what they're doing for us. So I don't know, I just feel, and again, this could just be one of my downfalls, and maybe this isn't the same for you guys, but as much as I believe in them, I'm not voicing that enough in how I talk about them to other people. And that, I think, will, if I start doing that and explaining it differently and more confidently and just flat out telling people, like, this is what you need, you're going to feel so much better. Like, just being not like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, we don't want to convince anybody. Like, this isn't about convincing people to use these things. It's just telling them how it is, explaining to them in your words how they've made you feel, and just basically telling them, like, I don't go a day without these shakes because they're amazing. These programs have given me and so many people I know amazing results. Like, try it. If you commit to it and you use these the right way, like, the same thing's going to happen for you. Just kind of being more direct, I guess, and more confident in the way that you're talking about these things with people. And if you aren't at a point where you fully believe in them that much, then that tells yourself that you need to commit 100% to a program. Like, I've been doing Insanity Max 30 right now. I'm a week and a half into the second month. And since I started the second month, for the past 2 weeks, I have been following the nutrition plan. So I'm doing this second month 100%, basically. And I'm already feeling like, when I've been talking to people recently, and I'm already sensing a difference in how confident I am in sharing this, because I feel so good right now. I'm getting amazing results, like, faster than I was in month 1, because I'm following the nutrition plan. And, like, it's almost like I just want to, shout from the rooftop, like, you need to do this too, because you need to feel like this too. Like, it totally makes a difference when you're doing it 100%, because you just literally want to, ooze out to people, like, you need this in your life. Like, it's so amazing. Do you know what I mean? So, if you feel like you don't have that confidence yet, you can get it. You just need to put the work in yourself. And then not only does that give you more confidence in talking about it, not only does that make you want to talk to more people about it and share it with more people more genuinely and enthusiastically, but it also helps you help other people better, because, like I said, I haven't followed the nutrition plan 100% because I've had my own obstacles and lack of belief in myself that I can follow the nutrition plan. So how am I going to help someone else get over their limited beliefs in their ability to follow a nutrition plan if I'm struggling with it? So now when I'm tempted to eat something, I'll start telling myself in my head, I don't need that. That's going to set me back. I'm learning ways to better teach people how to do the same thing. And the only way you can really do that with heart and with sincerity is if you've done it yourself. So doing one of these programs 100% is literally the best thing you can do, not only for yourself and for your health, but for your business. And that's a really big part of the reason why, your confidence in your ability to share it and talk to other people about it is going to just become so much stronger. And it's not going to feel like you're trying to convince people when you're feeling that way. Does that make sense? Yes. Can you unmute yourself? Hang on.
I can unmute myself. I did. Jackie, this is one of the exact things that Carl was talking about last week. He was talking, and not to interrupt you. And
oh my gosh, no, go ahead.
Thought, but I just feel like I really do want to share what he talked about. Because one of the things that he was talking about was just to trust the process of bringing people in and helping them get results. And if you do help someone get results, they're going to feel this passion for the products, and that's going to set them up to be a really great coach, versus bringing someone in as a coach and expecting them to be a coach like before they even understand what the products are about. But he just said, you need to do this. You yourself need to go through the programs and experience it and feel that like deep belief in the products, which we know, everything you just said, which we know they're great products, but feel it first and then help someone else get those kind of results themselves, so that they can feel it and become like disciples of the product themselves. So it absolutely is, the words that I finally came to with Shakeology is to say, like, and I think I'm comfortable saying this because it's the truth. Like, I am going to drink Shakeology every day of my life until I die. Or they stop making it, in which case I will die.
I know, right?
and I just feel like that's my way of saying to people, I am so strongly committed to this. Like, I can say that. There's very few things that I can say I'm going to do this until I die. But I feel very, very much like this has changed my life. So, I think everybody's got to find their way that feels comfortable to them to say it, that's going to be powerful. So that's all.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, because
here we go.
Because it is so true that, like, I love that you just said you have to find your own way of saying it and in a way that you believe, because that again goes back to when I was saying you want to be genuine about it. Like, if you try to say Shakeology has, I don't know, helped you do something that it didn't, then people are going to tell in your voice or in the way that you're talking about it that you're trying to convince them, or that it's not like true for you. So when you are like 100% drinking the shakes every day and you do start feeling what it's doing for you, share that honestly and tell people that. And that, like, if you're just starting out with the shakes too, and you're not necessarily at that point where you're feeling the full benefits, because it does take some time. There are so many stories that people have shared in the Fit Mama group, in Rockstar, even in our team page, where Shakeology has helped them with certain things, whether it's lowering their cholesterol, taking them off medications, helping their thyroid, or whatever it is. Like, you can go into the team pages, and there's a little search box at the top right somewhere. Search in there, like, people who have Crohn's disease or irritable bowel syndrome. Like, so many people have asked questions, and there's responses in the comments of how either themselves or a customer has been helped in that particular situation because of Shakeology. So if you don't have necessarily like a huge story with it yet, or something that you're feeling just yet, because it does take time, there are other people's stories that you can share, especially if someone comes to you and asks specifically. Like, always go to the team pages, search that page for a question that you get, because it may have already been asked and there may be some really good answers, or ask it again if you can't find anything. But yeah, that's so true. Like, you want the story that you share to be true and to be real. So if you're not at that point yet, which I'm just going to go out there and say you probably are at least feeling something different. So don't think that anything small is too small to share. Especially like Renee, for you, like, you're doing such a good job of sharing that you're doing the new eating plan and sharing what you're making and sharing that you're doing these new workouts and you're committing to them. Like all of that is awesome. And as you continue doing that, you're going to start feeling changes in your body, changes in your energy. Share that. Even if it seems like the stupidest, silliest little thing, share it. Because someone might be scrolling through Facebook, they might have that exact same problem and they might be looking to fix it. And if you say, like, I used to feel like this, but now I feel like this, they might be like, oh, I'm going to ask her about that because that's exactly what I'm looking for. Even like, you know, the smallest little things that you're feeling change in your body, in your how you feel, and how your mind is, and how your positivity, like everything. Because a lot of that is going to start to change when you do commit 100%. Sorry, I'm like really fired up right now. But it's true, like,
it's God, it's good.
It so matters. Oh, it so matters. It helps. Does anyone have any questions or anything you want to add about that? There's another thing I want to talk about, but before I kind of not totally switch gears, but a little bit.
I just want to go back to what you said about your success partner saying like she requires that, because that is something I absolutely struggle with, but has nothing to do with the belief in the product. It has nothing to do with my belief in the products, because I do believe 100% in these products, but I also know that it's important to meet people where they are.
Yes.
So I struggle with that. And I don't know, to me, it's not about confidence in the product. It's not about confidence in talking about it. It's just about wanting to not force someone to do something before they're ready, but show that, like, keep showing them. Mm-hmm. So I guess I just want to say that, because I feel like, you know, like I personally wouldn't second guess myself if you're not comfortable pushing, I don't want to say pushing, but yeah, pushing people to make a purchase. You know, you can talk about it confidently, but I don't know. I don't feel like everybody needs to be doing a program. And I actually feel like there's some benefit to having people in a challenge group that aren't doing a program and seeing the people who are.
Yeah, because then
all of a sudden they're like,
everyone else.
What's that?
Well, then they can see what it actually does, and that might.
Yeah, I feel like it's them selling, like your challengers are basically selling for you. You know what I mean? As opposed to, like, you can make your case but still welcome them with open arms, and then the challengers who are in it and are doing it are going to show their results and share their excitement. And I don't know. I go both ways on that. So I just don't doubt yourself, I guess, is what I would say, because I feel like you can't control people's results. All you can do is just be a good leader in your challenge groups. So.
That's a really good point. And I am glad that you brought it back to that, because I didn't mean to, like, I totally agree with you. So I think I just got like wicked sidetracked. But ultimately, yes, I agree with you. Like, our main goal is to help people, and not everyone is on the same page as us, or like you said, they may not be ready to invest yet, or to try the things that we have to offer. But I totally agree with you. Like, this is personal preference. If you want to make it a requirement, you can. If you don't want to, you do not have to. It's totally whatever you're comfortable with. But a lot of really successful coaches do make it a requirement. And I think, and I totally struggle with it too. Like, I'm with you. And that's why I like cringed when she said she requires it. Because I'm like, but what if? Like, what do I do when they say no? And that's totally your personal preference. But I think the idea behind making it a requirement, and I hate that word. I wish there was like, I can't think of a different word, but I don't like that word. But the idea behind it is is that like you're showing so much confidence in the products that like you're making people believe with you before they even start that this is what they're looking for and that it's going to really help them. And we know that it will. But I mean, I know, I don't know. I struggle with it because just like what you were saying, I don't know.
It only will if they do the work. It's not like it only will if they do the work. And that's what I always go back to. If they're ready to do the work, they're going to be ready to purchase. And I know that. And if they're the people who are like, well, I'm not sure. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And you can come in and be a part of this group for motivation. And when you're ready, you'll know. And I just feel like you're not going to get results for people. They're not going to get results for themselves until they're
ready to do
it. So get them in the group and give them the mental stuff that they need to get their mind right to take it. I don't know. We'll go round and round on it, I'm sure. But
I know. No, I think you're totally right, though, because those were all really great points. And I do agree with you. I don't know. I still am uncomfortable with it, but I don't know.
And I guess
I understand what you're saying. And I think you would be able to go back and be like, you're going to get, well, when they don't get results, you can say, okay, well, now that you've been in this group and you see what it's about, if you're serious now, like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I have the program that's going to work for you. But I don't know.
That's a really good point. Renee, what were you going to say?
Well, I guess it depends on how many challengers you actually have, but you could always run 2 different groups, true.
That's true.
One with everyone, and then one with exclusive. You know what I mean? Not exclusive.
Well, exclusive is kind of intriguing.
Yes, exclusive, yeah. But, yeah. I plan to do my first challenge group with Quarter Force.
Yay!
I'm like so excited for Quarter Force.
Me too!
But, yeah, so I've actually, God, that's like, holy crap, that's like 2 weeks away.
Oh, the next,
I need to start preparing.
I know.
The next
Monday.
Yeah, the sneak peek
is Monday. And
yes.
Did they announce it yet about the donation?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Okay.
Go to Carl's page.
I missed it. I heard it from him last week. He's like, I don't think it's out yet. I'm probably not supposed to be telling you this. So,
is it that same organization that they usually donate to?
Brothers and Sisters or something?
Oh, no, that's a different one then.
Yeah, which is awesome. They're donating $10 for every person who streams. That's like
awesome.
A lot.
I know. I need to start sharing.
250,000. Like, that's huge. Oh crap! Is that this Monday?
That's this coming Monday, and then the actual program is the following Monday. I'm like,
wow.
Oh my god!
Yes.
This was like way sooner than I was ready for.
You're ready. You got it.
No, but like I need to start preparing because I've never done a challenge group before, and like I need to get people in it.
And if you don't want to do it alone, like you can. I mean,
I need some help.
Well, that's what I want to say. Like, you don't feel like you have to do it alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be nice to like. I'm assuming I haven't talked to Becky about doing another one for next month, but I'm assuming we would keep going. The one we have right now is like totally crushing it. So if anyone's not in a group right now, you can join us. But I can talk to her about it and see if we can add, have you join in with us.
Yeah, because that's a lot to have it all by myself for the
That's
first
just for your first one. Unless you want to, which you totally can, but you don't have to.
I don't.
But yes, Lauren, thank you for bringing that up because I think those are very valuable points about requirements or not, and it's totally personal preference. We all can run our businesses however we want to, which is like the beauty of it. So it's totally cool. But I also wanted to kind of piggyback what we just talked about to Keith Callahan did a live video in the Bearcat Tribe leadership page, or leadership, I don't know, one of their pages. He is one of Bob Lucido's coaches, and they're going to start they kind of like took a little hiatus because they developed their businesses not for rank recognition, but for passive income to the point where they could take some time off and like enjoy their lives, which is basically what they've been doing this past year. Bob Lucido had a training at the start of the year, but it kind of fell off, and they've both kind of just been living their lives, which is freaking awesome. But anyway, so they're back, and they're going to be popping in every once in a while. And I think it was yesterday, he did a live video and basically talked about how he recruited 95% of his coaches in the first year of his business. And he shared kind of what he did. And it was pretty eye-opening, and a great reminder that we do not need to overcomplicate things or reinvent the wheel. We just need to have conversations with people, which sounds so simple, but it's true. And he really talked about it. And he was like, when I first started, he committed 100% to P90X. Him and a couple of guys, like a couple of his friends, they did the whole P90X program. They ate 100% according to the nutrition plan. And he basically was like, kind of what I was saying before, when you do that and when you feel that amazing and when your life changes that much, you want to introduce other people to it. You want other people to feel as good as you feel. And again, that helps you be more passionate and genuine and real when you do share it. So basically he said he would have a lot of conversations on Facebook with old friends, and he would build relationships with them, have conversations. And he would kind of say things like, hey, oh, crap, what did he say? Did I write that part down? I don't think I wrote down what he specifically said, but it was wicked simple. It was something like, I just started, like, I don't know if this would interest you, but I just started this new coaching business. I'm really passionate and excited about it. I can see this. I'm like going places with this. Like, this is it. Like, this is going to be so awesome. I'd love for you to become a part of this if it's something you'd be interested in. Would you be willing to hop on the phone with me and learn a little more about it? Like, simple, to the point, nothing crazy, just like throwing it out there and be like saying like, I'm super excited about this. Like, I can feel this is going somewhere. Like I found, like, this is going to be awesome. I'd love to take you on this ride with me. Would you like to jump on the phone real quick and learn more about it? Like, something similar to that. I can go back and actually like get some quotes of what he said. And then some people would say yes, some people would say no. So he basically was like, I would talk to at least 10 people a day. 6 or 7 of them would say no. 3 or 4 of them would say yes. And then 1 or 2 of them would actually get on the phone. And then maybe like 1 of them would end up saying yes to the opportunity. So it was kind of, first of all, eye-opening to know how many people to talk to. And we kind of learned that if you've read or listened to GoPro, he talks about the like the ratio that you start to develop the more you talk to people. You can generally guess if you talk to 10, you might get 1 type of thing. But that's all he did. He just would start conversations with people, bring it up enthusiastically, keep it short and simple, and just ask them, like, would you be open to learning more? If they said yes, he would hop on the phone with them. That, like, totally freaks me out. So, I mean, if you want to do that, go for it. But for me, I don't know that I'm there yet. I definitely need to practice more how I would, get the conversation going. But he basically said he'd use third-party tools, essentially. So the introduction to Team Beachbody video, or like he would Google on YouTube, like other videos that he felt were really good at explaining what this opportunity is. And he would share those with people. And that is what did most of the talking, not necessarily him, because it can be kind of complicated to really like dig in and talk about what the opportunity is to someone who's new and who doesn't know yet. But like the general idea of what we're doing is really well said in those types of videos. So he would share those with people, and then they might say yes or they might say no. And then he would just keep doing that every single day. But he would have enthusiasm in the way he was talking to people, which I think is the value of being on the phone, so that people can hear it in your voice. So if anything, and you can message, so you can Facebook message yourself. You can probably record. So like this sounds ridiculous, but start practicing using the voice message on the Messenger app on Facebook. And just so you know, once you hit record and start talking, when you let go, it sends. So you can't like, oh, I screwed up X and start over. Like, it's going to send. So this is why you want to practice. But do that. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but practice and let people hear your voice. Let them hear your enthusiasm, your passion, how excited you are about this. And the other thing he said was, you need to know where you're going. Like, you need to have a vision for yourself, and you need to believe it. Because when you have a vision of where you're going and you believe in it, you are like gung-ho, like, I'm taking people with me, whoever wants to come, like, this is happening. And that, again, bleeds out of you as enthusiasm and just gets people excited with you. You know what I mean? So I think we need to start as a team talking a lot more about our vision and get in the habit of creating a vision for yourself. And a lot of what's in that vision can be scary and intimidating, and you may have doubts about it, which is why it's so important to create a vision. And then if you're ever having doubts about it, you need to go back and read it and keep looking at it and keep, seeping it into yourself. Keep like believing in it. Keep thinking about it, and just get yourself to the point where you start to feel it and see yourself there and start believing it, because that is going to seep out of you in everything that you do. Your actions are going to start aligning with your vision. Your passion is going to stay more heightened. You're just going to be more willing to step out of your comfort zone and to do things that you're afraid of when you have that vision and it's so deep inside your mind and you can see yourself there and you are like, I am not living this vision. So you have to have a vision. You have to believe in it. You have to know where you're going and just share it. And you don't have to be at that place yet. You can just tell people, I'm going here. Have that confidence, have that belief, share as if you're on your way, or share as if you're there, act like you're there, share as if you're there, like just ingrain it into your minds that it's going to happen for you, because it can and it will if you're willing to spend the time to really believe in it and to put your actions that do the actions that will get you there. And when you have that belief in your vision, and when you can see yourself there, and when you're like, ugh, I need to get there, like this is going to be my life, and your passion and your drive for that is going to push you so much farther than if you don't have a vision, or if you have doubts in yourself. Like, you're going to hold yourself back. And this is like, if you've ever read The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, like, it's such a good book, and like it has been quite the roller coaster ride. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have times when you're like all in and times when you're afraid. But when you have a vision and a strong why, like reason why you're doing this, then that is what's going to help you push past all of those challenging times. Which is so, so, so important. And basically he just said, like, you need to invite people to the opportunity, and you need to share it with people more, build more relationships, and just have confidence in this opportunity, because this opportunity is like so unreal. It is so amazing. We can all do whatever we want with it. If you don't want this to become a huge business or become a full-time job for you, it doesn't have to be, but if you want that, you can get that. You just have to believe that you deserve it and believe that you can get yourself there. And having a vision is going to really, really, really help with you moving forward and getting yourself to that point. And then sharing that with people more on your social media. Haley, what's her last name? Haley Christensen. I feel like she does a good job of like sharing a vision, or like when I read her posts, I'm like, that sounds awesome. Like, I don't know, I get like excited about a lot of the things that she says and the way she says them. And I feel like she is sharing like where she's going a lot, if that makes any sense, which is valuable because like I said, you don't have to be there yet, but if you believe that you're getting there and you share that you're going places, people who want to go to the same place, who want to experience the same things, are going to be attracted to what you're doing, and they're going to want to join you, or at least ask about it. So that is huge, having a vision 100% into a program. And then he basically was like, you have to bust your ass in the beginning, because basically what this business is when you start is you pushing a boulder up a hill. And again, this totally depends on what your goals are. So if you're, not into coaching right now, or you're a discount coach, or you just want to do this part-time, like things are going to go very different for you. But if you're someone who's like this, like me, I want this to be my full-time job. So what I need to do is start pushing a boulder up a hill. And the boulder is heavy. There are going to be times when I'm struggling, when I want to let it go, when I want to take a couple steps back. But if I want that boulder to get up and over the hill, I need to keep pushing. When times are hard, I need to keep inviting people. I need to keep reaching out to people. When I'm not getting any responses, I need to keep inviting people, keep reaching out to people. When I feel like nothing's moving forward, I need to move forward. You can't take steps back and expect your business to continue moving forward. You have to be the one who's behind that boulder pushing it every step of the way. And then once it gets to the top, he was saying that basically is, the way he said it was, that was at the point where he could kind of like take a hiatus from his business and knew that his business was strong enough that it wouldn't financially like affect him. So the boulder over the hill can kind of be whatever you want it to be too. That's just kind of the way that he talked about it. But I really kind of liked that analogy because it's so true. Like as soon as you pull back or take some time off or stop your momentum, it's like your boulder was halfway up the hill and then it just rolled back. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I really liked that thought and that visual. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Oh, and then last thing that he said was, which really stuck out, was don't just sign people up, but sponsor them. And that was kind of a really interesting way of looking at it. And obviously we want to do that. Like, we're not just signing people up and being like, okay, bye. But the way he said it was kind of cool. Like, don't just sign them up, sponsor them, like lead them, show them how the business works. And like that obviously is an important step when building your business too, if that's what your goal is. So I just thought those were really cool, kind of simple points that he made that, reiterates that we do not have to overcomplicate things. It's just being 100% dialed into our own health and just genuinely sharing how awesome we're feeling and how much we believe in this business and where it's going to take us. I think that's all I have to say, but I just wanted to share that too. Does anyone have questions or want to add anything? All right.
I can definitely just say that the whole idea with the pushing the boulder up the hill, and when you stop, it like really sets you back. I know, like, I had such a great August after Summit, and I know a lot of people like struggled when they got back from Summit, and I had like the best month that I've ever had. And then I focused all my energy into my challenge group in September, and I did not focus at all on reaching out to people. And all of a sudden, like, I was like, oh crap, I've got nothing going. And then I hurt my back, and it was like those two things just, I feel like that boulder just like slid me back down the hill so far, but that's okay. I'll get back up again. I mean, you're going to have those times where you slide back, but I definitely feel like, God, why did I ever let up? Like I needed to figure out, and I guess that's the hard part, is figuring out how do you do it all? Because it is a lot, it's like it feels like it needs to be cyclical, but it's just not. It's like you're in your challenge group or you're building your business,
Yeah, it's definitely a great idea to find a good system for yourself where you're doing both consistently. And I know there's like so many different business activity trackers out there, or ways that people do a power hour. So if you don't have a system yet, or you feel like the one you're using isn't really working for you, like switch it up and try other things. But that's a really good point. Like it is challenging to keep up with everything, but if you kind of find a system that works for you, I feel like once you do, it's going to kind of all fall into place. And another thing too is like, and this is something that I struggle with, but like when I'm messaging people and they start messaging me back, I want to answer right away. And I don't want them to wait. Like I want to be like, oh, what are they saying? So I want to like answer them and start talking again, but you don't have to do that. And it's hard when you see that little notification, like, ooh, someone's conversation's waiting for me. You're like so tempted to look at it. But if you haven't gotten everything done yet on your power hour list, like if you haven't invited anyone yet, you just sent out a new message and those new message people start contacting you, do your invites first. And that takes discipline and practice and like focus, because that's really freaking hard to do. But that is what's going to help you get everything done. And I mean, I do not have a good system in place at all. So I hear you. I totally struggle with that. And it's like, I know what I have to do. It's like, why don't I just freaking do it?
Well, Teamsy was awesome. And I mean, it really, I have struggled because I really appreciated that Nicole Callahan's, the spreadsheet that she brought was like going right down the list. But to me, in all honesty, it's like Teamsy should just be the very first thing. And if you get through your Teamsy, then you start doing the other things, because that's what's going to move your business forward, are the conversations.
You're right.
Invites. So to me, like that should be the very first thing you do. And it's so easy to get like, oh, well, I have to do my social media posts. You're going to post something on social media. You don't like, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like that's the only thing I need to do consistently. And I did it. I did it like for the whole month of August. I did it, had the great month. And then because I had such a great month, there was all this, okay, now I've got this big challenge group, bigger than usual challenge group, and all these new people, and I don't want to let them down. Mm-hmm. So I was very focused on my challenge group and not doing the outreach. So I think it's just really like you got to strike the balance, because it's like I had all these new people and I'm like, oh, well, I've got to convert them to coaches, and I've got to tell them about tell them about the opportunity and get them signed up so before their shakes renew that it's going to be, at the lesser price. Because I don't push to get people to sign up as a coach right away. If they want to and they're like, yeah, that sounds good, but I'm not going to try to push them for it initially, because I'm like, no, make sure you like the shakes first. That's fine. And, like, I don't know. So it was like this whole other education. I don't know. There was all this other stuff that I just wasn't balancing right. So Teamsy's the bomb. It really is in terms of the discipline. But
I need to use it more.
You just need to get into it.
So, for instance, all of those things that you were just saying, like how you had all these new challenges and you wanted to talk about the opportunity and stuff, did you talk to them individually or in the group? Like, what ways were you doing that? Just out of curiosity, because I have an idea, but I don't want to just say it first.
No, so I actually asked them because there were so many people, and I said, I want to explain to you what the options are for you for how you can get your shakes at a discount. So would you like me, and I gave all of them the chance to say, do you want me to contact you individually? Do you want me to do a video? We could do a meeting like this and I can explain it to you. And they all agreed that it would just be best if I just could post a video and explain. So that's what I did. I posted the video in the challenge group and I didn't get any coaches.
Well, that's actually perfect because that's kind of what I was going to say. I was going to say, like, that would be a great opportunity to make a video of your answer to that question, like your response when someone says yes. Like, make a video, and this is kind of what we all should do, is make a video of you answering the question, like, what are my options for Shakeology every month? Instead of constantly having to type it out again or explain it again, like, make a quick YouTube video and just share with them. It's your face so they can see you. It's you talking about the shakes. You can add in a couple of things here and there about your own story. And then, like, that's a huge time saver. So that's really smart that you did that. I didn't think of that until you just said all those. Like, that's a wicked good idea. Like, doing things that like, if you're constantly being asked the same question or you're constantly, like, talking about the same thing to people, like, make a video or make a script so that you can copy and paste at least the majority of it. And then, here and there, you're going to, like, want to adjust certain things a little bit, but having, like, scripts like that is going to be a huge time saver. But still, not saying that, like, I'm sure that was still a lot of work, and especially if you had a big group going on. So,
well, it wasn't that big. I mean, it was just a matter of getting it done. You know what I mean? Getting it done and making sure that they all agreed that that's how they wanted to receive the information, because, somebody wanted the personal conversation versus.
True.
It was fine. It was fine.
But yeah, definitely valuable to figure out a way to get all the steps done every day in your business if you want it to grow. Like the 4 vital behaviors should be your frogs. Like, if you've ever read or listened to Eat That Frog, like, whatever tasks that you need to do every day to be consistent and to grow your business should be your frogs. And basically what Brian Tracy suggests you do is you eat your frogs first thing. So, like, if you're afraid to invite, or if you, like, for me, I find myself finding all kinds of other things I need to do during the day before I get my invites in, for whatever reason, because I'm not, like, I don't know, that's just like a struggle that I have. So by the, like, next thing I know, it's like 6-7 o'clock at night, and I'm like, shit, I have to make dinner. And then I'm eating, and then, like, we have our calls on, like, it's just like, then things start getting in your way, and then it ends up being either the last thing you do or you don't get to it. But then that's not consistency in your business. So making sure that those things that you don't like to do or that are hard for you to do, just do them first, get them out of the way. It'll make you feel better and, like, give you more confidence for doing everything else throughout the day. Easier said than done, but the way to go if that's what you want. For sure. All right. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. So, any more questions or anything before we close out? No. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. I'll post the recording in the group. But again, just a little reminder, the sneak peek for Quarter Forest, the last sneak peek is on Monday the 24th. And they are donating $10 for every person that streams up to $250,000 to the Big Brother Big Sister Foundation, I think is what it's called. It's on Carl's page, so you can get the details. But I don't know why I didn't realize that that's in like 4 or 5 days. It's like 5 days away. So definitely start. Like what I kind of wanted to do was email all of my customers and let them know. Go back to old conversations you've had with people and let them know. If anything, just like that's such a good cause. So I think people will feel, would feel really good contributing to a cause like that. So giving them the opportunity to at least do that is really great. And then they would also get the free 30-day trial of Beachbody On Demand. So it's free for them and they can try out other things. And then who knows, maybe they'll want to stick to something and continue down the road. But definitely something you want to share with people ahead of time. Give them enough time, because I believe once you sign up for the trial, I think it takes, like sometimes it does take time for you to have access, unfortunately. So I would say, it should be that day, but I think sometimes it takes a day. So keep that in mind. Okay?
Cool.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your night, and thank you again for joining.
Bye. Bye, Elisa. Alyssa.
Bye, guys.